Welcome guys, my name is Art and this is my friend Shaun, and today we are going to be talking about what it's like to date a Ukrainian. He dated a Ukrainian guy for not super long. I am a Ukrainian, so we're basically gonna compare our experiences. I never dated a Ukrainian, thank God. I think it's gonna take a lot because I know me. So Shaun is here back on my channel. We did film a video together before. He's gay and he's lawyer and he's a pretty cool guy. Definitely check out the video right now here, or you can find it in description, and you can find also his Instagram in description. Before we start, please make sure you like the video and also smash the like. Oh wait, I already said it. Wait, subscribe as well. Yeah, it will really help the channel, and also leave the questions to Shaun if you have any questions. So Shaun, thank you so much for coming back.
Yep, no problem.
Can you tell me in a couple of words, how did you guys meet and what was it? What was your story? Why did you find out a little Eastern European for yourself?
So we met originally on Tinder. I was working down in Manhattan in the financial district, and
Sorry, I knew it was gonna.
I would have held it together, but then she lost it, and I was like, oh my god.
Okay, sorry, yeah. But me... Okay, it's gonna be
I
fun.
thought I was gonna make it too. I thought I was gonna make it, and then I lost it.
But we have this. We have
All right.
this. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone get
Start
it
that
together.
question over again or something. How do we reset? Like.
Yeah. So we hang out in Manhattan, whatever it was.
All right, so we met on Tinder. I was working down in the financial district where I am now. We matched on Tinder, and he messaged me that he was only in the country for about the next 6 or 7 weeks. And I'm like, well, you're cute. I think we should go on a date. I'd never dated somebody from Europe before, so I thought that'd be really fun. So we went on a date to this place called O'Hara's down in downtown Manhattan, and we had a great time. We ended up spending like 5 or 6 hours together, which is like a really long date in my opinion. And yeah, it developed into a nice like little 6-week fling.
When you first met him, because you had experience with American guys, what was the first difference? Like, did he behave? Did he had an accent? Like, was it something that you thought, oh, it was cute, or was there a moment in part of your date when you were like, it's a little weird, or maybe he's just Ukrainian?
There was a few things I noticed like right away in the first like hour. But the first one, I mean, getting over the accent was a little hard at first. His was a little thicker than yours was, but you've been in America for longer than he was. Yeah, to get over that was a little hard, but I really liked the accent. I thought it was like really kind of like something different from an American guy. The first thing I noticed about him before even the accent was how direct he was. He knew exactly what he wanted and told me exactly like how the date was gonna go, like right from the get-go. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm down for whatever you want to do.
What exactly?
We met up in this park across from my office, and I was like, what do you want to do? He's like, we're gonna go to a bar. I'm like, which bar? He's like, we're gonna go to O'Hara's. I was like, whoa. I was like, you planned this all out in your head already. Like, and then yeah, even as the date went on, he knew exactly what he wanted. He knew what beer he wanted from the get-go. He knew he wanted to kiss me right from the get-go, and I usually don't kiss somebody on the first date, but he knew exactly what he wanted, and we kissed on the first date.
Wait, but you said that he knew the beer he wanted for you, or like...
No, not for me. I would never let somebody order for me. I am very particular about my drinks. But no, he ordered for himself. I'm like, how did you even know what kind of beer this place was going to have before you got here? Like, apparently he knew exactly what he was doing and was very direct about it.
Was there a point when you would say, oh, that's weird? Not a complete turn off, but like you would say, oh, like, why do you do this?
You couldn't tell me he was wrong. If you told him he was wrong, you were I was wrong. Like, even talking about like, I was like a history major in college, and like talking about just even history, he was like, no, that's not right. It's actually this. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's like, that nope, it's exactly what I'm saying. Like, he was very stubborn in that, but I kind of liked it. It was a difference from an American boy.
History, like World War II or like...
I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was about Soviet era Russia. I think that's what it was, which again, someone from Ukraine probably knows better than I do, but like, I was just trying to have a conversation with him, and he was just like, no, this is how it was, and don't talk about it anymore. I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
It's so funny that you say this, because whenever I went to my first dinner with my boyfriend that I've been dating now, he was very surprised because I said, we sat down on a table and I was like, okay, what are you gonna eat? But for me, it's like normal. Like, yeah. I feel like, okay, so do you want appetizer? Like, and it might come off a little bit weird.
He was the same way.
He was the same.
Exactly the same way. And like American guys, sorry,
No worries.
American guys kind of like try to teeter around the edge a little bit. They're like, oh, like whatever you want to do, it's fine. Like they're so soft. He was just like, no, we're gonna get. You want appetizers? Well, let's get appetizers. Like it was just so direct. I liked it though. It was a change. It really was nice.
Again, like when I date Johnny, when it comes to some history moments, you know, especially like Soviet Union or something else, a lot of people in post-Soviet Union or like Russia and Ukraine, they were taught that, you know, Americans just came over just a little late, you know, we basically the ones who did won the whole war thing. And then I come here and Americans start saying me, you know, you wouldn't win it without like this and this, and then we came, you know what I mean? So I'm just curious if, do you think it's this specific topic that he was stubborn, or do you think he was just more stubborn as a person? You think overall later in dating?
It's hard to say. I mean, that was something that stood out for me. Like, this was over a year ago, so I don't remember exactly, but that was something that stood out to me. And I had the exact same opinion. I was like, oh, yeah, like, the Americans came over and helped. And he was like, no, you didn't. Like, he was like, we did it on our own. I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
And when it comes to kissing, you know, like, okay, you're so holy, you know, you're never kissed the guy on a first date, but we know the reality.
I've done it before. It's not typical, but I have done it before.
Because we know the reality. Gay people not only kiss on the first dates very often, they do a lot of more things. So when it comes to the kiss, did he just like grab you and like, hey, that's the time now, you know, so like, how was it?
So it was a combination of like that and then also being a little nice about it. He pretty much just told me, I'm going to kiss you now, and then went right in for it. I was like, well, thank you for at least warning me that you were going to do it. But like, it was like a half a second warning, and then he just put it on me. I really liked him. He was a great kid. Yeah, I would say he never crossed the line. He was direct enough where I admired it, but never to the point where I was like, you're crossing a line here.
Okay. You kept in touch with him?
Yeah, we still talk. I especially wanted to keep in touch with him after the war broke out in Ukraine. I just wanted to make sure he was okay. And yeah, we still keep in touch now, and just because I want to make sure that his family's okay, because his family's still in Ukraine. And we keep up.
Like, you've been dating for 6 weeks. Did he tell you his perspective on American guys? Or like his perspective, did he tell you anything about Ukrainian gays and what it's like to be gay in Ukraine?
So he never talked about American guys. I think I was the only American guy he ever dated, I think. But I would like to think so. He was only here for 6 weeks. But his take on Ukrainian guys was that he didn't like Ukrainian guys at all. He didn't want to date a Ukrainian guy. He had never really actually dated a Ukrainian guy. He's like, the gay culture over there is not what it is in the United States. It's kind of like a hush-hush sort of business. He's like, he just wasn't comfortable doing what he was doing here in Ukraine.
Did he tell you any like story, for example, like that, you know, why is it hush-hush? Because I've never dated in Ukraine. I just know it's like dangerous sometimes. And some people do, you know, some people just fine if they're covered. Did he tell you any specific examples or stories, like why is it hush-hush?
It was more of a general sense, and kind of just what you said just now. Like, it was kind of like a dangerous thing to do while you were there. He didn't really specify, and I didn't really want to pry as to like why that was. But yeah, mainly the reason was it was dangerous.
You see, it's still a long way for Ukraine to go, because some people say, oh, it's like super close to European Union. Like, a lot of people don't know how homophobic Ukraine can be. And like Ukrainian, whenever I go viral, and it goes to like Ukrainian audience or Russian audience, but Ukrainian as well, you can see like this white moms with 3 kids saying, oh my gosh, this is so bad, you should never do this. You can see actually more comments from white moms sometimes than even the guys. I feel like the guys probably just don't even put their pictures on, you know, they're just like from fake accounts. But overall it's just still bad, which is not great. Is he okay now, right? Because he is not in Ukraine.
Right before Russia invaded, he moved to Portugal, and I think right now he's about to move to Toronto. So he'll be a little closer, but yeah.
One thing that is the main difference between dating American and Ukrainian.
They know what they want right off the bat, and they're going to tell you what they want. And I loved that. I admired that. I feel like a lot of American guys don't know what they actually want.
So, do you think that Ukrainian people and like people from Soviet Union have this, I don't know, you had only one encounter, a couple, have more ability to be with one person than multiple person because they were suppressed more than, for example, you know, because they have to like stick to one person, for example, sometimes, and it's easier for them because they know how hard it is to find. Do you think it's truth?
I think that's a great observation. I think you're right. I think, you know, once they find somebody, they want to keep them because they found a good one. Like if it is a good person, they're more likely to keep it or keep that person close to them. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, Shaun. I'm gonna definitely ask you to do one more video at some point, and we're gonna bring him back. Let me know, guys, in comments if you ever dated a guy from Eastern Europe, and if not, would you? He said you should. So it's quite experience.
It's an experience.
And let me know if you have any comments to Shaun. Definitely, if you didn't smash the like button still, do this now. We have great coffee here. We're gonna enjoy a little zephyr, and we're gonna see you in the next video. Thank you so much for coming back.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to be here.
Say thank you so much in camera.
Thank you.
You guys say okay.